And good evening and welcome to the City Council meeting of the City of Lenoir for Tuesday, March the 15th, 2022. Glad that you are with us. I guess today's the Ides of March, isn't it? I think that's right. March 15th, the Ides of March. Anyway.
No, it's the due date of corporate returns.
If you know your history, I guess. Anyway, welcome. And in just a minute, we'll start with our moment of silence and our Pledge of Allegiance. Let's go ahead and do our roll before we go there. And we'll start with the council members here up at the diocese here. Ralph, we'll start with you, Mr. Presswood.
Yes, Ralph Prestwood.
Chrissy Thomas.
Joe Gibbons.
David Stevens.
Ike Perkins.
Kent Greer.
Thank you. And in the room with us, our city clerk is Shirley Cannon is here. And Joshua Harris, our communications director, is here. And we welcome Katie Davis from the News Topic is with us. Thank you, Katie, for being here. Now, let's do our Zoom people. We'll start with our people up in that are traveling. Our city manager, Mr. Hildebrand.
Got Hildebrand here.
Yeah, thank you. City attorney, Mr. Rohr.
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Council member Jonathan Beal.
Here. Thank you.
Thank you. And council member Todd Perdue.
I'm here.
Okay, thank you. All right, we'll go with our department heads now. We'll start with our finance director, Donna Bean.
I'm here.
Thank you. Fire chief Ken Hare.
I'm here.
Economic Development Main Street, Kaylin Horn.
Here.
Thank you. Our police chief, Chief Brent Phelps.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Parks and Recreation Director Kenny Story. Do we see Kenny?
I think he's logging on now.
Okay,
His phone's there.
we'll come back.
I'm here, Mayor.
Okay, Kenny, thanks. Public Utilities Director Radford Thomas.
I'm here.
Thank you. Planning Director Jenny Willock.
I'm here.
Thank you. And our Interim Public Works Director Ed Evans.
I'm here.
Thank you. Welcome, Ed. All right, glad to have everyone here. I think I've covered everybody, but our guest, and we'll be hearing from him in just a little bit. As we go to our time of moment of silence, prayers, and our Pledge of Allegiance, please keep in your thoughts and prayers, certainly the young man who lost his life at student at West Caldwell, Isaiah Free, I think I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Please keep he and his family in your thoughts and prayers. Very tragic time at West Caldwell High School for that young man. Also, please keep in mind Captain Stillwell's father, who passed away. We want to keep Captain Stillwell and his family in our thoughts and prayers. And also the mayor of the town of Sawmills, Johnny Green, passed away. Please keep Mayor Green in your thoughts and prayers as well, and his family, please, in his passing on that. So at this time, please, we'll rise and moment of silence and our pledge. Thank you. We salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. And as we get started, I would like to again congratulate our Caldwell Community College and their basketball team. They were the Region 10 champions this year and went to the National Junior College National Tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas. They played today, and unfortunately, it didn't go very well. They lost their game today. So quicker trip than I guess they had planned, but I know it was a great experience for the young men and a great time for them to win the championship in basketball. So we offer our congratulations to that great team and wish them the best and safe travels as they're out there. Okay, we will go ahead and get started on our agenda. We do not have matters scheduled for public hearing this evening, so we'll move to our consent agenda items, which consist of the minutes of the City Council meeting of Tuesday, March 1st, 2022. This is item B is the authorizing resolution parted grant. This is a recommendation that we approve an authorizing resolution authorizing the city manager to submit a Parks and Recreation Trust Fund grant, which we call PARTIV, application for 2022 for the Lenoir Aquatic and Fitness Center renovations as submitted. The city's match would be $500,000. The grant is to be completed and funded over a 3-year period. Item C is the renewal for the Sidewalk Cafe permit. This would be for the Side Street Poorhouse and Grill. Recommendations to approve this annual Sidewalk Cafe permit is submitted with the following conditions. Condition 1, the applicant must coordinate with the city staff prior to modifying or installing any support structures for lights or awnings or modifying any enclosed fencing. Item 2 would be string lights installed over the Sidewalk Cafe are limited to white, non-blinking lights. Item 3 is all provisions of Section 13-3, subsection C, shall continue to apply to the use and operation of the Sidewalk Cafe area. And item 4 is a current copy of the certificate of liability insurance naming the city as the certificate holder must be provided to the planning department. That's items A, B, and C, consent agenda. Is there anyone like to discuss anything or any comments to be made on any of those items?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we accept items A, B, and C as presented under the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilmember Stevens to approve the items on the consent agenda A, B, and C as presented. If there's no other question, then we'll call for the vote. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And on Zoom?
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. And that carries unanimously. We appreciate that. All right, we'll move on then to, requests and petitions of any citizens. No one is with us tonight. If there's anyone on Zoom or anything that would like to make any comments, Katie, anything that you'd like to add? Thank you on that. So seeing none, we'll move on to reports of our boards and commissions. And tonight we have Mr. Rick Oxford, the plant administrator for the Western Piedmont Council of Governments, will hold the first of the 2 public meetings to receive public comments regarding the proposed FY 2022 action plan of the City of Lenoir and the Unifor Home Consortium as part of the 5-year consolidated plan. This plan is required by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, outlines goals and plans of actions for the City of Lenoir and the Unifor Home Consortium, and its use of the Community Development Block Grant funding, which is CDBG, and home funds for the fiscal year 2021, beginning July 1st, 2022, ending July 30th, 2023. We are the lead entity for the Unifor Consortium. Mr. Oxford, welcome.
Yes, good evening, Mayor and members of the council. We do this every year. We do a public meeting, a public hearing to start the CDBG and the home program. Currently, I do not have figures of what our funding will be, but I can I'll just use last year's numbers as sort of a guide, okay? So with the CDBG money, last year we received, and hopefully we'll receive similar amount, if maybe more. But last year we received $164,146. And with that, we used 80% of those funds we targeted the public facility, which was the Lenoir High School. And we've been repairing bathrooms, repairing the stage, going to be doing some heat and air. We've done some stuff on the roof, our phases will be going to the gym, making improvements there, and then eventually going to the field, soccer field, and making improvements there. Those improvements will probably be lights and fencing. So it's just a continuation of what we've started, and that's what we anticipate doing with those funds. Any
Yeah, it's
questions
great.
on that?
We've had a lot of great things happening there.
Yeah.
I know most of the council probably seen it. If you haven't, we can certainly go down and see the things that are going on.
And we
It's
have
now called the
construction going on
campus.
currently,
The campus at historic Lenoir High School,
yes.
and it consists of the parts you mentioned, Matt Cook Stadium, gymnasium, auditorium, and eventually we'll be looking at the Harper Band Building and other things that we're studying as we speak now for things that can be done there, hopefully in the future. So
Right.
certainly appreciate the funding that has helped a lot of those things.
I got a question,
Yeah.
Mr. Ock. Where did the other 20% go? You said 80,
That's used as
80%
administrative,
administrative?
yes. That pays for administration of the grant itself. Me, the Western Piedmont Council of Governments also pays, some of those funds go to the city for city staff time.
That answer your question, sir? Okay. Any other questions of Mr. Oxford? All right, go ahead, Rick.
That's Mr. Perkins, that's Councilman Perkins, that's a allowable, that's an allowable CDBG administrative amount. With the home program, City of Lenoir is the lead entity of a 28-member consortium, which was funded or founded, I guess, in 1995. Our first funding was 1996. And it was a bringing together of all those local governments to form a contiguous consortium. And we've been funded every year since then. The City of Lenoir serves as the lead entity for that consortium, meaning that the city is responsible for compliance with all HUD rules and regulations. The monies pass through from HUD to the City of Lenoir and then are distributed to approved purposes. That program, last year we received $1,154,000, and we hope to get a similar amount this year. Activities that we do with that are, we do a 4-county-wide down payment assistance program for first-time home buyers. And with that program, it has changed in the past, I guess, the past 2 years. Used to, we could provide $5,000 that could be used to assist someone becoming a first-time home buyer, and that $5,000 could be used toward the purchase of an existing home, could be used as down payment and/or closing costs. All of these applicants have to be at or below 80% of the area median income. They have to be buying a house in our 4-county area. In the past, if they were buying new construction, we could provide $7,500. HUD wanted us to modify that, and so we did, and that modification is now we can provide up to 20% of the purchase price, capping out at $30,000. That money can be used as down payment and/or closing costs toward the purchase of the home. People, again, have to be low to moderate income. And that is below 80% of the area median income per family size. And we make them a loan. It is a zero interest loan, zero monthly payment. We forgive half of the loan at the 10-year anniversary of the loan. They will trigger repayment of those funds if and when they sell, refinance, or otherwise transfer the property. As that money comes back to us, that's considered program income. So we'll probably budget $300,000 as program income, but we might get $500,000. We might get $1 million. So we just don't know. Another activity that we do is we fund multifamily housing projects. We make loans to developers that are doing low-income housing tax credit projects. We're doing one we've done one near Abington Road, one Viridian. We're doing one, what is that?
The new one at Cat's
Cat's Corner.
Cat's
Yeah,
Corner.
we're doing that now. So those projects could be located anywhere in the four-county area. And typically what we'll do, we'll make a $300,000 loan to that developer. It's a 2% interest loan. That money does come back to us. They make one annual payment back to us, and it's amortized over a 20-year period. So we get program income that way. Any program income that we get is just recycled onto activities that we currently have. So our activities will probably be down payment assistance for first-time homebuyers, funding of multifamily housing projects. We also are required by the home program to set aside 15% of our funds to fund CHODOs, and those are community housing development organizations, which are like a habitat or a nonprofit organization doing housing-related activities. And then we'll have an administrative line item as well with that program. That program, the home program, has a 10% max on, and the grant pays for that admin. So CDBG, Mr. Perkins, has 20%, and the home program has 10%.
Got a question.
Yes, sir.
In 2021, how many of the first-time home buyers did this money help or assist in a new home within Caldwell County?
Oh, I will have to get back with you on that one. In Caldwell County, I would say,
It's a four-county area, so you
Yeah.
have to get it.
yeah,
Well,
roughly, I would say 10.
okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Any other questions for Mr. Oxford? Anybody on Zoom have any questions? Comments?
None here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
We
Thank
know
you.
this is the first of two meetings. I guess we'll see you back in a couple weeks for
Hopefully, I'll have some real numbers. in
real
there.
numbers. Yeah, that'd be good.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on then to report and recommendations of our city manager, who's on Zoom with us tonight, Mr. Hildebrand.
Good evening. There's several items of information this evening. First, the LTDA will not meet in the month of March. The Lenoir Business Advisory Board will meet on Thursday, March 17th, 6 p.m. That will be a Zoom call. The Park and Recreation Advisory Board will meet on Monday, March 21st, 6 p.m. at Mulberry Rec. The Committee of the Whole will meet next Tuesday, March 22nd, 8:30 a.m. in City Hall, third floor. That meeting will be a continuation of our budget discussions, and we'll go more into the numbers at that meeting. The Foothills Regional Airport Authority will meet on Wednesday, March 23rd at noon, and the Lenoir Planning Board will meet on Monday, March 28th at 5:30 in the council chambers. Any questions about any of those meetings? Tonight we have one item for your action, minimum housing ordinance for 538 Wheeler Street. Several council members are familiar with that property. City staff requests you adopt an order of abatement directing staff to demolish the dilapidated dwelling. As I said, at 538 Wheeler Street, the owner of that property is under foreclosure at this time, and she has already vacated the property, and she has advised that we could take it down. So, so I think there's no opposition to that order if you want to adopt that this evening. And Jenny Willock is on the phone, the planning director, with any questions you may have about the property.
Any questions that anyone wants to ask Mr. Hildebrand or Ms. Wheelock?
No, can we make a motion?
Yeah, we're getting ready to do that. Yeah, I know you want to jump at that one. All right, you heard the recommendation of the minimum housing ordinance for 538 Wheeler Street. This would be an adopted order of abatement, directing staff to demolish the dilapidated dwelling at this site. So I will entertain a motion to adopt this order of abatement.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt this minimum housing ordinance of abatement of 538 Willow Street.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember
Not
Perkins to
Willow, Wheeler.
Wheeler.
Mayor,
Wheeler.
hey, Mayor, if I could ask you, I'm
Yeah.
not hearing anything you're saying, Joe. It's very jumbled. Could you maybe speak into the mic?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know anybody could never not hear me. My mouth's so big, but anyway.
I know, it's hard to believe, but
I'm sorry. All right, what we were talking about is the minimum housing ordinance for 530A Wheeler Street, as recommended a few minutes ago by Mr. Hildebrand and staff, to accept and adopt the order of abatement to demolish this dilapidated dwelling. Did that come in better?
right. I heard Ike's motion too. So that, I'm clear now. I just was going to ask you going forward. Scott, maybe, were you having trouble hearing too?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that. I'll get it closer to me here on that. Okay, well, you've got the motion for Councilmember Perkins. Is there any other discussion on this order of abatement adoption? If not, we'll call for the question. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And on Zoom?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And that carries unanimously. Thank you. Anything else, Mr. Hildebrand?
That's all I have this evening. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you guys being up in Washington. I hope things are going well for you there. I know it's pretty much about to end the conference, so enjoy your remaining hours before you head back. All right, we'll move on. Report and recommendations of the city attorney. Mr. Rohr, anything from you?
Nothing to report. We did hear from President Biden, which is impressive.
Yeah, we saw some of the pictures that were sent back about that, so we'll expect a good report when you get back.
Sounds good.
All right, from the mayor's office, I would like to continue that we do have still a couple openings on our planning board. We'll be making some recommendations, I hope, in the near future for those seats. And any other boards that anyone would like to serve on, we're still open for taking applications for that. We do not have any openings on any other boards at this moment, but that could change obviously at any time. But we are looking for the planning board, and we'll be working on filling those seats in the near future. And I think that's all that we have. There is I will mention that we have the Moonjoy Meadery is having the, what's it called, Jonathan? Help me out here. Spring.
Love the spring.
Love the spring. Thank you. We'll be going on this weekend in the parking lot right here behind the city county chambers. And then across there, there'll be all kind of vendors and different things going on there. So invite you to come out and be a part of that for the Swing into Spring, kind of our first event really of back into this new year in April. So we're excited that that's going on. So live outside.
That's this coming Saturday?
It's coming Saturday. Starts at 11 o'clock, I understand, on Saturday. So come out, and hopefully the weather will be nice, and enjoy whatever that you'd like to do for that. So we look forward to it. All right, anything from any of our council members? Anything you guys want to talk about? We got several events I know we're working on, but we'll give you more details of that when the time comes of events at the campus that we're looking forward to that. Freedman Cultural Center will be involved in the event, one of the events, and then the Beauty and the Beast will be going on there at the auditorium, the campus auditorium. In early April, I think it's the first 2 weekends of April, there'll be several performances Beauty and the Beast going on there. So please put that on your calendar. I know that will be a great event that'll be happening on that. All right, if there's nothing else to come before us, council members, staff, anyone? If not, we stand adjourned.